So we're going to look at 6 different ways to change up your basic Egyptian a little bit and use it to better match what's going on with your music, accent-wise, and to add a little more style to your travel. But before we do that, I want to let you know that in the beginning of October, some special opportunity is going to be coming up, and that is an opportunity to get a whole lot of practice material all at once. I mean, this is enough practice material that could probably keep you busy all through next year if you wanted to, at a really good price too. So I will let you go and check that out for yourself after we're done dancing. There's a link in the box down there, and you can go look at that. But first, let's get to those basic Egyptians. So I consider a basic Egyptian a whole category of steps. I know everybody might feel a little differently about this, but the way that I look at them is a whole category of steps that have a step and touch pattern and have an accent that goes with it. So that's the kind of mental framework that I'm working from. So let's look at the most common basic Egyptian, the one that everybody learns in beginner class. So this is your one that goes on your step touch with the hip that swings up and diagonally. So your hip is going both up and twisting at the same time. So that's your regular basic Egyptian. This is the one I teach every time to my beginners. So there's that. And this is what we're working off of. So let's look at our first little variation on that. So the first thing we're going to do is change the texture of how the hip moves. So for this one, we have the hip swinging up and swinging back pretty smoothly. So we're going to take this swinging back and we're going to snap it back and we're going to land in the sit. So we're going to give it a lot more of a sharp feel. So we have step and down, step and down, step and down, step and down. So it has a very decided end to it. So one of the things you want to watch for when you're doing this one is when you're coming back here, that you keep control through this hip so that you don't come down and start to, fall into this hip over here. So when you come down, your sit should come straight down and you should have good control over the standing hip. All right, number 2. This one I like to call the double swing. So this one goes back to that swingy kind of a feel to it. So I'm going to snap on this one. And in this one, your hip is going to go forward and it's going to come back, but then it's going to twist forward again as you take the step that advances the next one. So I'm going to back up a little bit so you can see this better. So it goes step, front and front, front and front, front and front, front and front, like that. So looking from the side, you have step, front and front, front and front, front and front, front and front. So that's your second one. Okay, number 3. So for number 3, we're going to take the accent on the chest. So we are not going to have the accent on the hips for this one. We're going to use the chest in kind of a nice soft throw coming up like this. So this happens when the foot touches the floor. So I like to think of this as, when you touch your foot to the floor, it's like there's a little magic button on the floor that makes your chest pop up. And that will time your chest to your feet perfectly. So step, pop, step, pop, step, pop, step, pop, like that. So for number 4, we're going to change where we put our foot. So this time, instead of touching our foot in the front, we're going to touch our foot out to the side. And the accent's going to come on the side right here, so it's going to pop the hip kind of up and out, swinging out this way. It's a lot, you get a lot more motion out of this if you have a little extra knee bend here, because that frees up the hip joint on this side to let the whole pelvis kind of swing up this way more freely. So for this one, you have step up, step up, step up, step up, like that. And of course, this one can go backwards, like that. So that's number 4. For numbers 5 and 6, we're going to be using more of a curved shape. So for this one, on number 5, we're going to go back to doing our touch in the front. And what we're going to do is be making a circle in front of us on one side. So when you step into this one, I want you to come down a little bit, and you're going to take your hip and circle it around, and your back leg is going to lift up a little bit to help take the hip out, and then you're going to step forward. So around, and step, and around, and step. So this one works a lot nicer for a slower piece of music, of course. It just has that nice kind of a soft and a little bit slinky feel to it, whereas some of the other ones work better with music that's a little more sharp, a little more quick. So let's look at now number 6. Number 6 also has a curved shape to it. This time we're going to go back to touching the foot out to the side. So you can think of this one a little bit kind of like a half of a figure 8. So when you step out here, you're going to take your hip out like part of a figure 8. Step, twist, step, twist, step, twist. Now to get that figure 8 kind of effect, when you take your step and you release this foot to get the toe out to the side, you're going to actually twist your hips into the standing leg. And then you're going to take it out and you're going to get a little weight on that toe and then you're going to come back. And when you finish it, you're twisted this way. So now my hips are facing this way. Whereas I started it, they were facing this way. As I come around, I'm going to finish it facing this way. And then when I step and I come out here, I'm going to come on the other side. Step and around, like that. So there you go. You have 6 different ways to do your basic Egyptians. All right, so that's what I have for you today, new ideas for basic Egyptian. If you like this video, please do go ahead and click it and give it a little thumbs up down there. If you are not subscribed already to the YouTube channel or to the email itself, you can go ahead and check the link in the box down there. And also go out and check out what's going on for October. I think it's pretty exciting. So you guys have a wonderful week, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.